As the intensive care unit or ICU bed occupancy in COVID-19 hotspots is almost at moderate risk level. The country logs another record high number of new COVID-19 cases today at 5,400. Some 10,000 members of the PNP will be deployed to checkpoints on day one of the Metro Manila-wide curfew. The Trade Department tells the public that there's no need to panic buy despite the ongoing localized lockdowns. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. As COVID-19 cases continue to rise in the country, the government is encouraging the public to be vigilant in wearing face masks and observing other minimum health protocols, even at home. Greg Gregorio with that story.
The Health Department admits that ICU occupancy rates in some regions across the country are now increasing. In NCR, 65% of ICU beds are already occupied, although the overall occupancy of COVID-19 dedicated beds in the region is at 49%, and the country's total occupancy is still at low risk at 35%. The Octa research team is hoping that the existing strict health protocols will slow down the spread of COVID-19.
It's a race against yung going on a downward trend and yung hospitals getting filled up. So of course that's the other concern. So we hope na we can go on a downward trend before hospitals get filled. Yun naman yun. It's a race against time.
David said a continuous spike in cases may be attributed to the new variants. If the uptrend continues, daily infections in the capital region alone might reach up to 6,000 by end of March.
Right now it's at 1.95, and that's the reason that it's growing so fast. This is like parang tumor that's expanding so quickly, and that is what we are afraid of, because in our initial projections, we used R naught equals 1.6, and we saw the cases would reach 5,000 per day by end of March. Pero it happened middle of March.
To date, nearly 100 cases of the P.3 COVID-19 variant, which was first detected in the Philippines, have been confirmed. But the health officials say its medical implications are still unknown as further studies are being conducted. What they know so far is that it carries multiple mutations, including those present in previously detected variants.
We're currently still working with the WHO about this P.3 variant that we're talking about, and I think we will be able to let you know of our stage of community transmission once we finish all our investigation with the WHO.
The Health Department has also confirmed at least 177 cases of the B.1.1.7 or UK variant in the country. B.1.351 or South African variant cases are now at 90, while only one P.1 or Brazilian variant has been detected so far. The DOH and the Interior Department are encouraging the public to wear face masks even at home.
Ang konteksto po ng question na yun ay baka po dumating tayo sa panahon na pamilya na ang nagkaka-COVID, and in fact, we are now in that situation. Face mask tayo. Only if we are confident na wala tayong COVID, that's the only time na wag po tayo mag-face mask.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
The Health Department reported 5,400 new COVID-19 cases today. That is the highest since August last year. And that brings the country's total caseload to over 626,800, some 53,000 of which are still active. 8 more COVID patients died overnight, pushing the death toll to around 12,800. Total recoveries are now at more than 560,500, with 71 new survivors in the past 24 hours. An infectious disease expert believes that the recent spike in COVID-19 cases was due to mixed messaging from the government. At One News's COVID-19 town hall, Dr. Benjamin Cos said that some policies were not aligned with the COVID-19 data at the time. Kos said that, for one, it was not wise to reopen the economy totally without tracking the numbers.
Maybe because we had some mixed messages coming from certain sectors in the government that was not really aligned with the current data that we have.
Because of this, Dr. Ko is calling for a re-evaluation from officials to make the most of the lockdowns. Dr. Ko says this should help the government find a balance between public health and the economy.
There really should be a recalibration of how to utilize the lockdowns and the lockdown measures so that we find a balance between the economy and health. There really is no science that tells you, okay, when the numbers are this low, then it's okay to go ahead and open which part of the economy.
And some 10,000 policemen are being deployed across the metro to implement the unified curfew starting tonight. PNP spokesperson Ildebrandi Usana joins us over the phone to discuss this further. Hi, sir. Good afternoon. How is the PNP preparing for the first night of curfew?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Of course, the Regional Director of the Police has already announced the deployment of personnel from the district down to the police station. And it's, of course, nothing to do with the implementation and enforcement of the minimum health and safety protocol. We are expecting that the number of police officers.
All right, we seem to have a bad connection with PNP spokesperson Usana. We'll try to fix that line. In the meantime, we're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're back on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. All right, we have PNP spokesperson Ildebrandi Usana back on the phone, I think, to discuss further the deployment of 10,000 PNP personnel on the streets of Metro Manila on this first night of the MM-wide curfew. Hi, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there. I think the connection's better this time. How did the PNP prepare for this initial 2 weeks of a 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew?
Well, the Busan or number of police are actually belong to the down to the police stations, of course. They will be deployed in the different areas. About 373 checkpoints will be put up. And of course, there will be continued patrol operations being conducted by our police officers in connection, of course, with the strict enforcement of the minimum health and safety protocols that are now being imposed in different local government units.
All right, sir, how does the penalties or how will the penalty system work here? I think we've lost that connection again to PNP spokesperson Sana. Let's move on over to another story for now. We have several establishments like gyms and spas in Quezon City temporarily closing down starting today. The Trade Department has told the public that there's no need to panic buy as well, despite the curfew and ongoing localized lockdowns. Shyla Francisco has more for us. She joins us live from Mandaluyong City for the details. Hi, Shyla. What's the government saying this time?
Sean, the QC local government unit temporarily suspended the operations of gyms, internet cafes, and spa beginning today amid increasing COVID-19 cases. The suspension will last for 2 weeks. The spa in Quezon City has already canceled appointments of their customers. With this, their therapists won't be receiving any income for 2 weeks. They are now appealing to the QC government not to extend the suspension as they have yet to recover from their losses last year. They assured the LGU that safety protocols are being strictly observed, including regular testing of its employees. For its part, the DTI says that this will only be temporary. After the suspension, the agency vows to help the establishments to operate again. Meanwhile, several customers have been buying in bulk alcoholic beverages, noodles, and canned goods as the metro-wide curfew and localized lockdown start today. Some are anticipating a liquor ban in their area after Quezon City and Parañaque implemented such order, while others are just avoiding the rush in case a lockdown will be announced. Supermarket owners say there's no need for panic buying as they have enough stocks and there's still regular shipments of supplies. Sean, supermarket owners say the public should only buy stock good for 5 days. They say this is enough not to create an artificial shortage and will prevent customers from going out all the time. Sean?
Thank you for that update, Shyla Francisco, joining us live from Mandaluyong City. And the MRT3 staff member captured on video hastily cleaning trains has been relieved from his post. The rail line's management says its maintenance provider is also planning to file an administrative case against the personnel. The MRT3 vows to deploy more officers to supervise the disinfection teams and conduct retraining among maintenance staff. And in the world of entertainment, multiple wins by female musicians mark this year's Grammy Awards. Beyoncé's 4 new Grammy wins took her total award count to 28, becoming the most decorated woman in the history of the award-giving body. Another big winner is Taylor Swift, whose record Folklore won Album of the Year, making her the first female to win the category 3 times. Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.